Hail to you, champions. My name is Ishka TV. I'm going to show you how to get your webcam to go from this to this, starting right now. I do want to state that this video is for a Logitech C920. If you're using any other Logitech webcam, you can absolutely use the same drivers that I will demonstrate here in this video. If you're using a different webcam, try your best to follow along with the drivers of your device. So your first step isn't even in OBS. You want to come down here, click on the little arrow, find the little webcam icon, right click it, and go to Logitech Webcam Software. You'll get this window that pops up, click Quick Capture. Another window will pop up and you'll get this. Go to Photo, under Resolution, change the megapixel to maximum. Turn off Rightsound, RightLight, and autofocus, and go to Video. In Video, change your resolution to 1080, and then you're good. This is step number 1. Step number 2, you're going to open up OBS. You're going to right click, add video capture device. Choose whatever video capture device you have. Right click and activate. Now here we are. Hey, this is looking pretty good, right? All right, here's where the fun begins. Now you can see I'm less blue because of Logitech's auto white balance, and there's a little bit of an autofocus going on too, and that can kind of disrupt your streams or your broadcasts or your recordings. So to fix that, we're going to manually turn that off. In OBS here, you're going to click on your camera so you can see this red outline. Right click it, go to properties. I would like to say that these are the settings that I found here that best work for me. You guys can play around with whichever settings you like. For me, I find that this is the richest color setting that I can find. If you change this to 709 and this to full, I think that it comes out a little flat. Obviously, you guys can play with it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. From here, we click on Configure Video. The window that pops up, again, this is the Logitech C920. You're going to turn off autofocus and make sure that this slider is on the far left-hand side above the mountain. You're going to go to Advanced Settings. You're going to turn off RightLight. You're going to turn off the auto for exposure and for gain. You're going to turn off the auto for white balance. As soon as I did that, you can even see me go from a little washed out to a little more warmer tones. So here in Advanced, this is where things can get a little tricky. But regardless of the camera you're using, I highly recommend that you get good lighting. That could be table lamps facing towards you. That could be what I'm using right now is the LED panel from Newer. I'll link to that in the description below. And in my previous videos, I have another Newer setup, which is the big umbrellas facing towards me, and I'll link to those down below as well. Now, once you've gotten past that, you're going to want to change the exposure. The higher the exposure, the less frame rate you're going to get with your camera. I can demonstrate it right here. See, it's starting to get a little crazy. I personally like to have it at about 50, maybe lower if you can get away with it. Gain kind of works the same way, doesn't impact your frame rate as much, but I like to have it just behind where the exposure is. Brightness, contrast, and color intensity, we'll get to that, but the white balance can be a real culprit. So right now, because I have decent lighting coming right at me, I don't have to worry about the lighting too much. The white balance, I don't have to worry about too much, but I could drop it. It makes it a little cooler. You can see there's those blues are coming back. You can see the blue here coming back a little bit. I can raise it, make it a little warmer. Those yellows are now starting to stand out. My skin, my tones are about to, I'm wearing a brown shirt. My skin, I'm kind of like melding together. So I like to just play with it a little bit. I find a good happy, again, trying to keep it at 50% and almost all of them with decent lighting is what you're going to want. Now your colors are looking great. We're not going to close this Logitech window just yet. We might need to come back to it. But for the properties camera here, click OK, right click, go to filters this time, and under effect filters, you'll right click, add Chroma Key. Okay, you can already see it's starting to work, but we got to fine tune a little bit. So under similarity, you're going to scroll a little bit. So it's mostly gone. I can see that I'm accidentally getting rid of the chair here, but this is where I like to kind of reduce the smoothness a little bit. You'll have a little bit of grain with the hand when you move, but you can see for the most part that's gone. I can see a little bit of noise just above me, so you can always kind of raise that a little bit, lower the smoothness again, and that'll clean everything up for you. And now you're good to go. So you'll click close. I said to leave this window open because if you can't get that fine tuning here within the Chroma Key filter itself, you can always come back to the drivers and change the color intensity and the white filter. If you change the color intensity, you can change the color, the background, it'll allow you to edit a little more. And the white balance, this will have the greatest impact. You can see immediately it's starting to have color here on my chair, on my forehead. And you can really play with it and really clean up smoothness here with the color intensity again and the white balance. So you'll click OK, and now in any other scene that you go to, if you right click your sources, go to add, you do video capture device, add existing, use your camera, everything that you did here, this is that camera. Now in adding the Chroma Key filter, I hope that you saw there was a bunch of other filters that you can be adding. There's two that I think that are really important that we should cover in a future video, one being color correction and one being sharpen. I think knowing how to use both of those filters can greatly impact the quality of your camera and the overall production value of your stream, your broadcast, or your YouTube videos. So I look forward to seeing you guys in those videos, and if you have any special requests from me, or if you have any questions, if this video worked out for you or didn't, let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in our next adventure.